have talked to so many guys, so many men, this is why I'm doing this video really, that you ask them, so when was the last relationship you had? How long have you been single? And they're like, a month ago, 2 months ago. And I'm thinking, if you were in a relationship for years, okay, and you've only been single for a month or two, that's scary to me. That's scary because that tells me that you don't know how to sit down and be alone. That tells me that you're incapable of being by yourself, and that's a red flag. Because if you're incapable of being by yourself, one, you're not taking the time to figure out what went wrong in my past relationship. What were the issues that I had? Forget about the other person. We'll talk about that later. What were the issues that I had that contributed to the ending of a relationship, right? Because the ending of a relationship takes two, for the most part, unless you were in a highly abusive relationship with a narcissist. But typically, it takes two for a marriage to end, for a situation to not always, okay? Don't kill me in the comments, okay? It doesn't always take two. I understand that. But in many, you were also at fault. There were things that, even if you weren't at fault for the relationship to end, there were things that you could have improved. Because in every single relationship that we go through, there's some sort of learning. We learn about ourselves. We learn about things that we need to change, to improve, to work on. Okay? So if you just roll into another relationship and you don't take the time to work on yourself, you're very likely to repeat the same type of relationship. Now I'm just focusing on yourself, right? You're going to repeat the same behaviors. You're going to repeat the same patterns if you don't take the time to change you, to work on you, on the things that you don't like about yourself. You need to take your time. Now, the red flags. If you're in an abusive relationship, if you don't take your time to reflect on that relationship and the red flags that you missed, the behaviors that are now unacceptable, to really sit down and think about what is it that I need from a significant other moving forward? What is it that I want from another person? What am I looking for in a man or a woman? That takes some time because you don't want to get involved with a person without, like I said, reflecting, because you don't really know yourself oftentimes. We evolve, we grow. The person that you were 10 years ago is not who you are now. Your priorities change. You change. Your health changes. So many things change. You evolve. And as you evolve, the things that you need from a partner evolve as well. So that's why it's so important to sit down with yourself. Trust me, you're not going to die. I've been single for almost 5 years. And I'm living well. And you know what? Let me tell you. The more time that I spend by myself, the more confident that I feel, the stronger that I feel, the more sure of myself that I become, and the more sure of what I'm looking for. I have become more sure of what it is that I want in a man. So when I see a man that doesn't have the qualities that I'm looking for, I'm like, you know what? That's not what I'm looking for. And I'm okay with being by myself. Because people can't trick you. People cannot trick you into being in a relationship when you're okay with being alone. I've said this in my past videos, and I've said it in many videos. When you are okay with being alone, you're a powerful human being because you're not needy and you're not desperate. because people sense desperation, people sense neediness, and people will abuse that. There are a lot of abusers also that can't sit by themselves. So that's a red flag. When you're looking for a significant other, when you're dating, I know most people nowadays, well, I don't know, I'm not gonna say most people, let me reserve that. When people are coming into your lives, okay, make sure that they've been alone for a while. Make sure that they're stable people, because one thing that I've noticed about emotional unstable people, they don't know how to be alone. Emotionally unstable people do not know how to be alone. They crave attention. They need validation. Narcs are a perfect example of that. They just need, supply, but even people who are not narcs, toxic, highly toxic people, from my experience, are addicted to attention. They cannot be alone. So that's a big red flag for all of you listening to this video. When a person does not know how to sit with themselves, when you ask them how long have you been single and they're like a month, 2 months, anything less than, for me, a year. I mean, 6 months would be okay for some people, but I feel like, you need to be complete by yourself, and you need to be with a person who's also complete by themselves. Because if they have to travel and they have to be out of town for business, on a personal trip, whatever, you know that person is stable enough to where they can be away from you and they're not seeking attention elsewhere, because they are complete, just like you are complete. So there's a level of trust that I have for a man that I know can sit alone and work on himself and work on improving his life, okay? Every aspect of his life by himself. That's a strong, powerful man that I know when he leaves me, he's not going to be looking for attention elsewhere, because he does not need it, okay? Men and women who cannot be alone are a problem, okay? So it's very important that you know how to sit with yourself and utilize that time to reflect on your relationship, to work on the things you need to work on, to understand what the red flags are. Because again, being single, being alone gives you clarity. It gives you clarity. You begin to fully understand what you need, what you want, what you're looking for, and what you don't want in your life, And again, you become okay with just enjoying life. I understand a lot of people who struggle with being alone. I do understand it, because we're all human, and we were created to have companionship, to socialize, all of that. But you need to create a life for yourself outside of having a partner. Like, you need to create a full, beautiful life in which you're happy in outside of a partner. That's really the issue with most people that tell me, oh my God, I need somebody. I have been alone for so long. And it's that energy of loneliness and sadness and feeling down about it that keeps you from finding happiness. That's really it. When you appear to be down and out because you're single, and you're not looking at the beauty around you, there's so much you can be doing and be happy and excited about. And instead you're like, oh, I want somebody to save me. I want, that energy keeps people away, okay? So please, people, Learn to heal before you move on to another relationship that you're most likely 9 times out of 10 are not even ready for. Most times you're not ready to move on this quickly. I know I've talked to people that tell me, but I wasn't really in love with that person. I wasn't really in love, so that's why it's easy for me to move on. Honey, if you were with that person for many, many years, you still need to cleanse that energy. You still need to cleanse that energy. That's just my opinion. You guys don't have to follow it. It's just something for you guys to think about, because I've been in both ends of the fence. You know, I've moved on way too quickly from one relationship to the next, and it's just nothing but drama. And last but not least, you also don't want to hurt the next person, okay? There's nothing like coming into a relationship where you're not bringing trauma and drama and baggage. You know, you're coming into the relationship fully and willing, full of love and willing to give love, okay? When you walk into a relationship, into a new relationship, and you're bringing all that baggage, all that drama, all that, trauma, you're stepping into that relationship with bad energy already. So it's not a good thing. I know for myself, the person that I'm going to be in a relationship with next, whoever gets me next, okay, hopefully my happily ever after is going to get the best version of me. That man is going to get the best me, because I've taken these years to work on myself. And I don't want to punish that man for everything that the past men in my life have done. I want to give him the best. I'm going to give him the best, because I'm emotionally, financially, spiritually, I'm there to give and to love to a deserving man without, holding anything against him that he has nothing to do with, without, things that have nothing to do with him. So, I mean, Jesus Christ, I have my elbow. Just, you guys, take your time to heal so that you can have a good relationship. Take the time to heal so that you don't hurt whomever you end up in a relationship with, or people, because it'll be a pattern. It won't be just one person. If you don't take the time to heal, that relationship is going to go bad, the next relationship is going to go bad, and so on and so forth, because you're not being the best you. You're not working on yourself. Okay? That's the main thing. So I think I've said everything that I needed to say in this video. I hope that it was helpful. I hope that it was informative. And I will see you guys next week. Take care. Bye-bye.